make sure all the stream stuff is good here. Okay. Got it pulled up on my laptop. Yeah, I was going to play Wuthering Waves on stream because I just downloaded it. I've been deliberating on downloading it, but since Cyberpunk is getting a collab, Edgerunners, I think it comes tomorrow, I believe. But with Rebecca being a free character, I figure I'll at least download it, you know, at least get an account in case I ever want to consistently play the game in the future. But it's still updating, I guess. I don't know if the Cyberpunk update is going on today. I had downloaded it, cleared up space on my PlayStation to have it downloaded today, that way I could play it, but that didn't really pan out, I guess, because again I just hopped on and the game is updating, so screw me. Yeah. Next week the Dead by Daylight anniversary starts. Not next week. The week after the next, on the 16th. Which is silly. I wish they would just do it early, but I guess Tuesday is the reset, which is the 16th, which is whatever. Honestly, I'm just impatient. I hate waiting for resets in games, like all of my games. Dead by Daylight, it's like, ugh, gotta wait till Tuesday. And if I'm busy on Tuesday, then it's like, okay, it's even worse. But yeah, let me get into the game. They're doing these map showcases. There's allegedly, this is just, you know, just rumors as far as I know, information about like visual updates to the game are, you know, being thrown around. Schmuckles, he returned, which is surprising. I thought he like vanished. He's been uploading a couple videos discussing visual reworks and stuff like that, like Survivors and whatnot. I don't know if they're doing it with maps as well. I would assume maybe they are. Yeah, we're supposed to be getting a lot of visual stuff, so I think that's why they're showcasing all these maps. I don't know. Screw it. I've been spending my blood points like an idiot. I got, I think Hattie to like P10.
Lots of dying out here.
Yeah, Rick to
Can't
P7.
stop it all, but maybe we can slow it down.
Hattie, I've been leveling up gradually. Just play this. Actually, I don't even know what build we're running. Typical? I don't know. I want to play something fun. I hate Vigil, like truthfully, on both sides of the argument, as Survivor and as Killer. Vigil is just like the most unhealthy perk in the game. I know they got rid of its ability to stack, but still. It just feels bad playing without it. Like, that's just how powerful it is. Like, Windows, I can go without Windows, that's why I'm running 5 steps ahead. 5 moves ahead. I keep getting that name wrong. But, yeah, the perk is so powerful that it's almost hard to play without it. And you could call that a skill issue and stuff like that, but it's like having everything just decrease faster. Exposed from like friends till the end, you know, hemorrhage, everything. It just universally just makes the game like better quality of life level. That's just what it feels like. So it's hard to not run Vigil. It's like I don't know. Is it like a crutch perk? I don't know if I'd even call it a crutch perk. Like Windows, I could call that a...
Not in a long time.
I could call Windows a crutch perk because it reveals pallets in Windows and that helps you loop, right? That's your Survivor skill expression, is being able to loop. But with Vigil, just decreasing the timer on certain things, like I guess it is skillful to outlast those things. You know, if you get exposed by friends till the end, Killer guns it for you. exposed, I guess. I don't know what the proper way to say that is. I feel like in and of itself is skillful, but still. So look, I already got my sprint burst back. It's just, I don't know. It's almost like, I don't even want to say it's almost like Old Dead Hard. I think in terms of like gameplay value, I don't know, because if you like 99 your sprint burst, okay. Very nice. I feel like there's ways to use Vigil for the sake of skill expression, but I feel like it's not. I don't know, am I coping? Is it a crutch perk? I think it might be a crutch perk. Doing all this arguing to prove it's not. It is. Yeah, if they cut down the amount, excuse me, that it reduces... Increase the amount? No. If it has a lower cooldown, right? So like it turns sprint burst into a 40-second cooldown. If it only reduced it to like a 50-second cooldown, I feel like it would be more balanced. I know that the devs of this game aren't really particularly concerned with balance, but killer's kind of camping her, I guess. I don't know, maybe. I think having Vigil not apply to any killer powers, which is hard because it's like Legion. I guess it could apply to Legion, but like not Freddy or I don't know. Freddy's the main thing that comes to mind. I know that there's more killers that that Vigil impacts, but I'm drawing a blank right now. He was almost done with that chin, wasn't he? Okay. Oh, it's Pig. Okay, cool. Good now. I hate doing gins. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I've been running like cornball blinding builds. Wowzers, very cool. She might come for me. She's gonna know I'm on a totem, that's for sure. Yep. I don't think I get out of here. Yahoo! Okay, break. Okay. She really went after them? God dang it. Sorry. I need to go get that hex. It's not critical or anything, but it's just really annoying. Wait, what? Oh, it is the hex. Okay, I could have sworn it wasn't lit for a second. It's like, what happened? Where is he? He ran this way. He's probably next to the completer gen, maybe? Hello, my brother. Oh, there you are. Yeah, I think Vigil definitely needs to be rebalanced. Got one gen left. Did I just see her? My peripheral vision. Oh, there she is. It's like, big swing. Big swing. Okay, okay. You might get hit here, actually. She's gonna hit me. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, that was a really bad 360. Alucard's about to die. Alright, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Is he gonna die? He died. She might just get the craziest thing ever. Oh, Kate's on a jet. Okay. Yui hasn't taken a hook yet.
Somebody, get me off this thing. Hey, that took guts.
I thought she was paid for a second. Scram, skedaddle. Oh, Yui. We're gonna go to this farthest one. I want to heal her. She's on death hook. I can take another one. I don't know. Truthfully, I'd rather play killer, but I don't know. If I can get this thing off now, that'd be good. Okay, Kate's back on that gin. Goated. Alright, cool. Good deal. I hate you. It's probably not in the building if I had to guess. So I think she knows where I am. I'll get, what's her face off hook. I think Kate's gonna die. I don't think we're gonna be able to get this last gen done. Welp. To make your choice exposure also vanishes faster, which is nice. I am just a little worried. She abandoned Kate, likely to come to me. Just walk out here in the open. We're not exposed enough. We're good. Maybe a bad idea to waste my sprint burst, but oh, good. Okay, this is a complete dead zone. I'm going to die. Does she know? That was really bad. Okay. Just escape. I hope they just escape. Kate's on death hook. It's not worth. I got a trap on my head. It's alright. Oh, they're gonna come for me. No, guys, leave. Go away. Don't give her more than the 2K. Hey, Star. I'm doing alright. I'm just a little tired. Can I leave with this thing on? Is that possible? I don't think I can, right? It's gonna kill me. Oh, she might be able to get me. Yeah, well. Should see how many messages she sent. Maybe okay. Oh, let me double check. Only when it's not active? Okay, I see. Yep. I remember ages ago you told me something about that, and I was like, I will remember that. But I did not remember that. I'll take a look at the messages right now. No, I don't mind discussing it. What did she have? Okay, I almost thought she was going for adept. She got the 3K. I wish they would have just left. There was no way I would have had enough time to do that. She would have killed me either way.
Better stay warm. Get ready for what's coming.
Yeah, I was planning on playing Wuthering Waves today just because I think Cyberpunk comes out tomorrow, but it's still updating. And right now I have the time to stream, so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to do DVD. Grind some blood points, I guess. I'll probably try to get to my 5 mil and then just collect the rewards up until June. Let me read through those messages real quick. No, you're fine, Star. I mean, this is not funny given the nature of the topic we're discussing, but I love how you're just like, don't play too much Dead by Daylight. No, I mean, you're right. You are 100% right. And I've been kind of avoiding video games the past couple of days. I've just been kind of, I don't know, like after work I'm physically exhausted, so I'm just kind of like, alright, I'm gonna just sit here. So I just sit in my room, probably scroll on my phone for a few hours, which is bad. I should just read or something, but at that point in the day, my brain is shot. But no, you're right. It's just that's what I want Dead by Daylight. You're like, you shouldn't play Dead by Daylight. I'll take a look at that song. No, I get you. Yeah, you're 100% right. It's the moderation. And I see you talk about Placide and the Voodoo Boys. I'm not sure how far you are into that. I'm not gonna say too much, but yeah, I think her name is It's not Animal. What is it? Is it Animal? I mean, I know she's part of the Animals gang, but I don't remember what her name is. Sasquatch. It's Sasquatch. Her name's Sasquatch. I mean, not her real name, but her nickname. Her real name's Matilda. But, yeah. She was kind of a hard fight. With my playstyles and the way I go about, you know, my builds. Like, I'm pretty physical. Like, I'll use up-close melee stuff. Maybe Mantis Blades, maybe Gorilla Arms, alongside the Sandevistan. Yeah. And so I have to get up close and personal, and a lot of the time she can just kind of tank whatever you're throwing at her. And just, like, crush you with the hammer, stun you. You sided with Netwatch. It's just the Voodoo Boys at all. I mean, that's not unwise, given everything they've done up to the point that you're at in the story. I don't trust them. I don't like them either. Yeah, siding with Netwatch. Not a bad move. I'm usually against it. I sided against Netwatch in my first playthrough because I was just like, I hate corpos. We're not doing this. We'll get into that later when you get to that point in the game. But yeah, I do not like Placide either. I'm trying to just think of how to respond to all of your other, like, the important stuff. Not that Cyberpunk isn't important, but, like, you know what I mean. The more... Okay, that was weird. Valid. No, that's okay. I don't think there's anything I could say now that would change from later. I mean, obviously I'd have more time to develop a response, but I mean, you're right. Everything you put in there was right. And YouTube is being slow? Oh, I gotcha. Hopefully nothing is getting cut out. What I'm saying. Oh well. But yeah, it's... Having a friend like you makes it easier. You know? I mean, as difficult as it is... Maybe not even easier, as much as it is like a... I guess more enticing to keep fighting, I guess, is the best way I could put it. And yeah, I have this bad habit of, I guess biting off more than I can chew, even if it isn't willful. Like, I don't know. Yeah, and that's why, you know, I don't mind talking to you about it, because I know you understand the same perspective, you know. Even if not to an exact T, you know, that's all there is to it. But it's just like my mind picks up all these little things, and, yeah, I don't know. And that's why times like this are so tough, because it's like, I don't know what I can do to alleviate those things. Because like even even when I get past this slump, because this stuff it comes and goes. These I guess depressive episodes. Let's focus on the now. Yeah, I need to develop that skill to break things down. Take it, one thing at a time. Instead of putting it all on my plate at the same time, and it's like, I don't know. I mean, no, a lot of that stuff was the bigger issues, but there's more like minute things about me and myself, like me as a person. Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to work on that skill. Just kind of keep myself grounded. I don't know. It's difficult because I don't know. I don't know if this is like a subconscious thing. I don't know if maybe I'm blowing it out of proportion. So it's like my mind kind of just. I mean, she could, and I don't doubt that she would, but I don't want to stress her out. Not to say that I want to stress you out. It's just. I feel like with your insight, you might be able to kind of change my perspective on things. Not that that's the expectation I'm placing upon you, but it's just, how can I say it? Someone with a similar mindset, potentially finding a different route. Like I said, you and I are pretty similar. So like when you think of an idea that I maybe didn't think of, and I'm like, that makes sense. That, like breaking things down. Like all my life I've known that that's something I struggle with. And it's helped, breaking things down, actually applying it and stuff like that, becoming more of an adult and going into, professional settings and stuff like that. It's like honing that skill at like the most, I don't know, most primitive level. So on like the smallest things possible, like just, digging deeper and finding the smallest thing that can end up erupting into a million different ideas in my head. Just find that, isolate it, and just, check it off the box. I don't know, it's just... I don't want people to worry for me, I guess. And again, that's why it's like, it's such a double-edged sword talking about these things, because it's like, I don't want you worrying. But it's just kind of reached a point where I have to, like, open the lid and let off a little bit of steam. That way it's like not as overwhelming. But maybe you're right. Maybe talking about it might do some good. I don't know. It's just an amalgamation of things. And I appreciate that. I mean, like, admittedly, I worry about all of my friends, all of my people. Not that that inherently is like a taxing thing, but it's just like, I worry, the world is a crazy place. We never know what happens. The only thing I want for my people is making sure that, they're happy, healthy, and safe. I don't know, I guess to some degree, I worry about vulnerability. Because it's like, I never want somebody I care for to be like, wow, I have this problem, I wish I could reach out to somebody. And like, I'm a prime option. I'll always, I'm not trying to gas myself up or blow my ego out of proportion. That's not what I mean by that. Even though that's really how it sounds, it's not what I mean. I mean it in the terms of like, I want people to rely on me. I want to be a reliable person. Let me word it like that. That is what I mean to say. I want to be the kind of person that people can rely on. Like, if you ever have any issue, you're like, okay, I can go to him and know that I'll get something out of it at least, you know? Even if it's just lending an ear or, like, actually helping out in some way or capacity. And it's just like, I don't want my issues to become the representation of me, you know? But it's such a... It's paradoxical, because it's like... I don't know the solution. Like, the full-on, like, this is the thing that will help. This will be the thing that fixes whatever it is, you know... Fixes depression. There's nothing like that. There's no magic cure. There's no, fairy dust. There's no... Nothing like that. I forgot where I was going with that, I'm not gonna lie. And that's fair. I mean, that's a boundary. That's a boundary you set, and I think that's a good thing to have. I mean, honestly, when I say that, I usually mean it for the people I care for, like friends, maybe family, you know? I don't just walk up to random strangers and, all that. When I was younger, I was, like, in my teens, I'd make online friends, and those online friends would be there, and then, I kind of become their 2 a.m. therapist. It's like, I don't really know this person that well, but I'm trying to lend them an ear, and it's just kind of like weird and odd. I don't even talk to any of those people nowadays, so it's like, if I had not relegated, but if I had reserved that time, reserve that exclusively for the people that I like truly do care for through and through, I think I might have been better off. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. And that's another thing that, I have issues with, is like self-worth. You know what your time is worth, and you know what you have an idea of reciprocation in mind. Because that's what you're worth, and that's, again, 100% valid. I struggle with self-worth, so it's like... And again, I don't mean to say all these things like they're, special. I know countless people deal with this. Used to be more open and kind, and that's the thing, is that people take advantage of that. And that's a key thing I realized was, I would talk to these random people on like Instagram or Discord or whatever, random people from school that I, talked to one time. I'm gonna dump all of this stuff on little like 15-year-old me. I don't know how to handle all that. I was like, oh, okay, it's really awkward. But when it came time when I had issues and I tried to reach out, there'd be nothing. There'd be radio silence. And that kind of pushed me back into my own little corner. So I guess in a way, I understand exactly where you're coming from in terms of reciprocation. I had to learn that the hard way, as I'm sure you did as well, but it was a lesson learned nonetheless. But yeah, it was kind of a devastating thing. It's just be like, I'm just kind of drowning in my own cesspit of thoughts. YouTube's being okay, that's fine, that's fine. Yeah, my laptop keeps lagging and I don't know what's going on. I want to interact with the killer. So I'm gonna make their life miserable. I'm not like super good at the game, so I mean, just basically, in short, like, coming to that realization where it's like, I'll help people, and then I won't have that... Like, I never place that expectation on people, where it's, like, very materialistic, like, oh, I helped you, now I expect you to help me in return. I don't really do that. I don't really keep a tab. I think bonds and friendships and relationships, or whatever you want to call it, I think those things are like water. They flow. You know what I mean? I never put a hard, like... I helped you with this, you're going to help me at some point. Like, I'm never going to do that with somebody, because like, as friends, the tide always turns. It's a whirlpool. It'll flow one way. You know, if I help someone 3 times, and then when I'm in need, they help me once, that's all I could ask for. I don't keep tabs, I don't, like, keep tallies of this and that. Like, it's not, you know... If you are somebody that I care for, if you are somebody that reciprocates that, then our friendship is, you know, there's not conditions. Again, that's, again, to a level where it's people that I exclusively care for. It's not just random people. Like, I have to very much trust you and be a friend of you, and vice versa, for us to reach that level of, like, no restrictions on the friendship, I guess. In terms of, like, acts and kindness and stuff like that. Like, if it's, like, a random person you know, a distant family member, even someone that I just consider an acquaintance, like, hey, can I borrow $5? I'm like, are you gonna pay me back? I'm like, oh, yeah, sure. You know, it's like I kind of have that expectation of, like, you know, I realize that with this, it's a wager. This is a random person. They don't have any obligation for me. I'm just someone that's helping them get through whatever like immediate issue they have. I give them the $5, and I might never get it back. And when you wager something, that's kind of how I look at life, is just a big wager. I think that's just like a general rule of the universe, is just wager. You know, you live life, you burn life. You give someone $5, you might never get that back. It's like, that's why you don't go all in when you know you have a chopped hand. Not literally, but like... I don't know if that makes any sense. It's subjective. If they don't help at all for no good reason, then that would... In return, yeah. And like I said, when I was in high school talking to random people on Instagram, depressed teenagers like myself... So weird. That's such a, like, dystopian thing in retrospect. Like, a lot of us should have just gotten therapy at that point in our lives instead of consulting our fellow teenagers. I mean, obviously there's rapport there, so it's easier to talk to someone you might feel as though, you know, you have a modicum of trust for, rather than going to some, like, therapy office or whatever. But it's like, there are professionals for a reason. They understand the boundaries of, like, how to help people carry their problems and, you know, help advise them on those same problems. But the point is, like, yeah, those people I'd talk to and be the, you know, the pincushion for, like, I'd be having a bad day. I'm like, I just need somebody to talk to. Things feel very not good right now. I'd shoot them a message, I just never get a response back. And I'm like, okay. Regardless of how much kindness I bestow on another person, I am never guaranteed to get that back. So that's always kind of just changed my perspective on, I guess, helping people, just universally. Again, when it comes to, like, my top tier friendships and relationships, that's not really a factor I consider. Like, if I give you 20 bucks, if I give you 30 bucks, I don't know, whatever. If I give one of my other good friends, you know, they're like, hey man, I really need like 20 bucks to pay off this credit card. I'm like, okay, there you go. Here. If I have the money, sure. If I don't have 20 bucks, I'll be like, I can give you 10. That's, you know, that's it. I don't know if you can get like another 10 somewhere else, but hopefully this helps. But it's like, I don't expect, like, oh hey, remember that time I lent you $10? I want that back. It's never like that. It's like when it comes to people I trust, it's like, I know you got my back. There's no wager there. Reminds you of you. No, and there's no problem with that. And that's what I mean is like, you're my friend. You're in that top % of people that I don't have any conditions for. If you need help and I can provide it, I'll help you. Just as I know, because in my mind, people at that level of bond, like if I have a strong enough bond with somebody, I don't have to worry about that. I know that when the time comes, if ever, you'll return the favor. If, you know, within reason. And that's why it's like, I don't hold it for you. You know, if I never get anything back out of that, then at least I have, you know, a friend. I have a good, solid foundation, a good web, you know, a support system. Exactly. And it's like, I would never hold that expectation over you, but I know that that's, you know, I don't need to concoct an expectation. Whereas with, like, random Timmy who asks for $5 for the new Dead by Daylight skin. Random example. Like, I need orc cells. I'm like, okay, here. Like, I never get it back. I'm like, okay, that kind of sucks. To be expected, but still, that kind of sucks. But it's like, with my friends, people I care for, I'll help them a million times, and I still won't expect anything in return. Because it's like, if I do a million small deeds for someone, and I know I can rely on them, you know, if I have one monumental issue, and they're there to back me up, and that's all I could ask for. Like with this entire ordeal, you know, the depression stuff, I talked to you about it, you know, I'm able to share that with you, even if it is a vulnerability. I hope that you know, when you're ever in a situation like that, where you just need to air and vent and whatnot, you know, I'll be there for you, you know. But yeah, it's like with the people I trust, I don't really set conditions. But yeah, I digress. We'll get back into the game, but all I can say ultimately is just I appreciate you, and I truly do. I do thank you for not only lending an ear, but giving advice as well. I just need to work on breaking things down into more simpler tasks. Like, okay, I have work at 9 o'clock, and I also am deeply worried about the socio-economic state of the world. It's like I need to work on that. And of course, like I said, I care for you, so I'll help you to the ends of the earth. I don't ever expect anything back. Because I know, again, just like right now, there's no need to keep tallies, because in a dark time I know you'll have my back, and that's enough for me, you know. Because, like, inherently the bond I have with the very few friends I have, it's, like, that in and of itself is valuable enough to cherish. It's like... That's fair. I'll see what. I'll see. I'll look. I think it would be cool to have a little trinket that symbolizes friendship. Excuse me. So it's like I totally get where you're coming from. Exactly, and a lot of it is that. Like, it's not materialistic. It's like right now, you sitting here hanging out with me on the stream. Like, that's valuable to you, to me. You are giving me your time, and to me, that's valuable. You're dedicating the time of your day to sit here and talk to me. Like, that's very worthwhile. But again, I understand where you're coming from with like a trinket or an item. I get what you mean. Full circle. No regrets. And likewise. But yeah, I truly do thank you. I know I'm not the best at like expressing emotion, and I may sound very monotone, but it really does mean a lot. Yeah. I guess on a side note, I hate to jump ship on such a heavy topic, but were there any games outside of the ones we discussed on Discord that you're looking forward to? I mean, we've got big drops. I think you might like that one called Ill. I can send you the trailer for it later. But that one looks like a pretty good survival horror type game. But Code Veronica obviously looks good. I do fear them cutting out content. Yeah, Veronica I think is the biggest highlight. I think they said 2027 as well, right? So we should be getting that next year at some point. Probably middle to the year earliest, I would say. I don't think there's any way they're gonna pull a like March release again. Yeah, so we'll get it next year, which is pretty exciting. I think of all the RE games except like Dead Aim, which I think was like a DS exclusive. I think Code Veronica needed that the most. Again, I hope they don't cut content. Like I said, I don't think RE3 is like awful. If they cover Grace, the continuation of Requiem, then DLC will bypass Veronica. That's fair. Yeah, I wouldn't really say I'm disappointed that we didn't get Requiem DLC. I do worry as to whether or not we will get DLC. I mean, I hope we do. 9 is a mainline entry, so I would really hope we do. Could go the RE4. Yeah, that's true. I don't know how reputable the spoilers are. I hope they go with RE4. I truly do. An expansion of content, I think, is always a better thing.
Some idiots out there taking the easy route of cutting things down.
It's kind of mean, Rick. Alright, let's see here. It's Trapper? Oh, I feel kind of bad for this. Oh. Wow. Throwing? Angles? Big angle? Wow, that elevation was terrible, I'm not gonna lie. I'm so bad. It's been a few days since I've played, and I think you can tell. I'm pre-dropping for like minutes. That's a really bad spot. Yeah, you can get that. I shouldn't have dropped. Especially since he already broke it. That was so bad. Thunder, welcome, welcome. I think the safest bet is Hinako. Thinking about taking another hiatus from DVD. Can't take it anymore. That's fair. I think if you're not having fun with the game, you should definitely step away from it for a while. I'm pretty sure the skin for Cheryl has voice lines, so I wonder how that's going to work with Hinako. Oh wow, that's no good. Let's see if I can't get a save here. I should have ran background player or something. It's really bad. Where? Oh, damn. Shoot. I don't make that. I do not make that. That didn't work. Run. Where's the pallet on that side? I forgot I have flashbang. Wasting flashbang? Throwing? That's a really bad path. That was really bad pathing. Oh, we died. We die here? Awful pathing there. I was way too far left. She's still on hook? Fed up with trash, random, and sweaty killers. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, that's not enjoyable. DD just has that effect, especially if you're playing it for a long time. Your patience definitely runs dry quick. All right, let me see. We're already out of flashlight. We do have residual manifest, so we could pull one from a box. You think they might give legendaries cosmetics? I hope so. I think giving legendaries cosmetics is something that they should have done a very long time ago. I do wonder though if because for a legendary it's the 1500-ish orc cells in that ballpark of higher end prices. Oh, okay. Okay, that's bad. That was really bad. New graphical update gives you hope. I just wonder if they're going to be 1500 for, what's he up to? Distracted by the game. I don't know if I finished my sentence or not. Yeah, I worry that if legendaries do get their own cosmetics, I wonder if they'll also be 1500. I would hope that if you have the base legendary, those get discounted. Yeah, exactly. So like, for example, I get Chris, right? And then they add RE8 Chris with the trench coat, because that's a cool fit. Like, if I already own the base Chris, I should hopefully get that other cosmetic for Chris at like 1080, you know, basic price. So I hope that's how it goes. I mean, I'd hope so, but I guess we'll see. You need to get Jeff to voice Chris. That would be cool.
Who would have went through the trouble of grabbing me, taking me here? Doesn't add up.
Maybe Residual Manifest isn't worth running. He also voices Carlos in RE3R, so it's, yeah, I mean, they could do both. Give him, you know, double the payday, be like, hey, voice these two characters for us. I think background player. I mean, if he does, you know, if he changes his voice for each character, I think that would be fine. I mean, because Carlos and Chris, they kind of sound similar, but that, like, the voice inflection, the way he approached, like, the way he does Carlos's character it's got its own kind of a... It's different. They're both differentiated. No, like, I could see why someone would say that they sound the same, but I think it's different enough to distinguish the characters. Because when he does Carlos, he does, I don't know how to, like, elaborate. I don't know how to, forgetting words. My brain is goo. Yeah, the inflection of each of their voices is different. Like, Carlos, I don't want to say he has an accent, but he has a certain way of talking and, like, ending his words compared to Chris. I get what you mean. I know you said Carlos, but Chris is more no-nonsense, yeah. Yeah, I agree. Chris has, like, a... I wouldn't say his voice is grittier as Chris, but he has a more, like... He has, like, a deeper inflection with Chris. Just more, like, straight to the point, like, talking, whereas with Carlos, he kind of, Again, the inflection of the words with Carlos is different. Do we run background player? I guess. I don't know. I like Throwdown. I really do. Yeah, I think this is as good as it's gonna get with this. Yeah, like Carlos has a slightly higher inflection. Chris's has like a lower inflection. Chris has like a rugged, tired feel to his voice, but Carlos is more like bright. 3 flashlights. Yeah, we're gonna get Lightborn. There's not a chance. There's not a chance this works. We're changing it. I should utilize these presets. Crazy that I don't. 35 seconds. This is bad. That's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Ah! Chris's is intimidating. Yeah, he has a deeper inflection. He kind of has a tired feel to his voice. Carlos is more like upbeat. They increased the laptop's price? Shoot. I was afraid that would happen just because of everything going on with RAM. Like RAM prices and just general computer parts. AI is just... yeah. That doesn't surprise me. That's terrible. But yeah, with AI as rampant as it is... If I keep this up, I can get more quick. Let's go. He wants to ignore me. I understand. Wow. I feel like there's no way he didn't bring that. AI makes you cringe. Yeah, me too. I despise AI. I think it's a plague on humanity. It's not sustainable either. Like, the amount of resources it wastes is nuts. Like, all of these companies making it their, like, big slogan, like, oh, AI, like Google, AI, here, AI integration. Microsoft, AI integration. Like, I don't want that. People too. Don't even get me started on people. Yeah. AI is not reliable. First things first. And people, they sit there and use AI as gospel, and it's awful because it's not.
They really did one over on you.
I saw this funny meme. People call it they were just like insulting AI users. Like people who just make it their whole personality and mindset. Third-party thinkers. I like that. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, no, exactly. It's like people. Oh wow! Yeah, I don't know. There's just that's usually just the tech bros, is what people call them. The AI bros, whatever. Yes, dolphins. Let's get out of here. Yeah, people use AI for information and all this and that and the other. Hold on, give me a second. Sorry, I took a phone call. I think, is audio still good? I don't know, I just hit my headset. Don't know if it muted me. I think it did, but then I pressed it a second time, so. Look at the zombie! Oh my goodness. What is bro up to? Oh, no. We're good? Alright. But yeah, I don't like AI. I don't like AI users. People who use it religiously. You know, there's a certain way to look at it, right? I think AI can be a tool, a good tool, if you use it properly. Like me, what zombies can do this?
I needed that.
2 heals, thank you.
They really did one over on you.
And this thing is relying on it is the key there. Like the zombie. I hate the zombie. Bruh, I'm going to die. Oh, did I stun him? I did. Okay. Oh, I thought he was gonna get that. I'm going to die. Oh, he got me. Oh well, that's my fault. It's a skill issue. Yeah, like my ultimate goal, career, professional-wise, is to be a lawyer, right? I'm gonna try to become a paralegal first, but the point is, with the law, it's such a insanely expansive thing, a concept. It's like using AI for that is... It's a handy tool, right? But at the end of the day, you as the human need to like look at what AI produced and double check it. You need to verify it. I mean, I don't live in Wisconsin, but if I'm like looking up state law and statutes, it's like, okay, Wisconsin state law subsection 257, the definition of burglary versus the definition of petty theft. And I don't actually know what it is, but it might come down to a price tag. Did the defendant steal? I'm sorry, I hate these zombies, bruh. Oh, hey, why are they both here? Run.
I thought it was my time.
Seriously. This is terrible. Sit still. We're good. We're good. Sit still. Okay, never mind. I'll heal you.
That'll make a good scar.
What? Why is it? Wait,
Took
stop.
a good hit, huh?
Sorry, there's too much going on. This is like overstimulation a million. But yeah, the AI can give you two different, statutes or codes based on, whatever law is applicable. That fungus is something else. And me as the paralegal or the lawyer, I need to be the one to verify that the data that the AI gave me is accurate. AI says burglary is, over, $300 and it has to be at night in a personal private property. Whereas like theft or shoplifting, that's public place, blah, 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 blah. And if the AI inverts those two, right? Theft is in a private property. And burglary is... I think I just said the same thing twice. Point is that if the AI inverts the rules or the statutes that you're trying to discover, trying to figure out, then it's your job as the human to know and understand that you need to take that information with a grain of salt. But that's the thing, is people don't do that. You have like these Redditor chronically online individuals who just use AI as a... What are you doing? Just let us heal you, bro. Okay. No, never mind. Silly groups here. They like take everything that AI says is gospel, ask ChatGPT all of this information. It feeds them, compilations of things that are actually valid and real. And then they sit around using misinformation to like tell other people that are as naive as they are on certain topics, and it's like, you are not qualified to discuss this.
Grit those teeth, alright?
What's she doing? Never mind, whatever. Good luck. But it's like, the point that I'm trying to make here is, I keep yapping. You as the human need to do your job and look at it. Regardless of if you're using it professionally, if you're using it as like a hobby tool, whatever it is, double check it. Look at more than one source. And that's just basic research. Like, you don't look at one source of news or an opinion or whatever. You don't look at a single source and have that be what defines your opinion. You shouldn't. A lot of people do, but you shouldn't. Commonsensically. Come for me. I'm dead. Yeah, that's what people do with AI. It's like, instead of, critically thinking or applying themselves, what are you doing with the zombies on the gin? But yeah. No critical thinking, they throw that out the window, like, oh, the AI told me. It's like, it doesn't matter what the AI told you. I'd rather ask Daryl than AI. Yeah, you'd probably get a more competent answer. But yeah, all of that, in addition to the fact that AI is so, like, wasteful in terms of resources. Wow, that's very cool. Oh, wow, okay, right into the wall. Big tech, big tech. I missed that part, 7 deadly frames right here. Why is he slugging me? Interesting. I'm From the obsession, I wonder if that has anything to do with it. So you want to mori me for being annoying? Let me find Patch. Or I'll crawl over to Shack. I should have crawled the entire time, but I just brought Power Struggle right here. He earned his 4K. There you go, buddy. Good luck. Did he bring Lightborn? Did I screw myself by not using my build? He didn't! He didn't bring Lightborn! He didn't bring Lightborn. He probably doesn't even have Lightborn. No. No. God damn it. I could have brought my build. Could have gotten value out of it. But yeah, again, AI as a tool is fine. People who use it religiously and as their sole source for things they're dumb. Not critical thinkers at all. It's annoying because it's breeding that, you know. People who are on the verge of being able to like, oh, you know, maybe I'll start critically thinking. Like all of that has just been thrown out the window by lazy people. It's like, I'm not gonna learn and educate myself properly. I'm just gonna use the AI. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT. And then that like spreads and becomes a big, you know, the common masses do all this. And then they sit there and carry around misinformation, AI hallucinations, and act as though it's fact. And they're using their neuroplasticity on that, like, oh, this is how it is. You know, graduating from ChatGPT University. That's the way their brain thinks, that's their default. And it's misinformation. But I don't know. Yeah. It just helps exacerbate laziness. It's not accurate. People treat it like it is. It's a waste of resources. At least, let me put it like this. It's not efficient at using resources. Placide would love AI? Oh, definitely. I know he's got like Google Gemini installed on his OS. Got Google Gemini on like the top left corner of his vision. You're mixed on lawyers. You hate lawyers that defend criminals that are evil. I understand that. And personally, in my scope, what I want to do is be a criminal defense attorney, and that kind of falls exactly under the umbrella of the kind of lawyers that you hate. But there's kind of a dichotomy with that, because it's like, if I defend someone who had their rights violated, that's the kind of people, like, those are the kind of people and the kind of clients I want to take on, is people who are actually violated by the government. How to talk with crazy gun lady. But it's like, as a defense attorney, I want to protect people from, again, their rights being violated. From the government overstepping its boundaries and taking advantage of them. Defiling their rights, you know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah. I could go on. Because the government's rampant with that. As a defense attorney, I want to be a person in the court who puts the government in its place. Which I know is funny. Still, though. It's just that they are obligated to get a lawyer. I don't get why. Well, I don't know how your native laws are, right? Like the native protections you have in place, like the rights that the citizens have where you are. I'm not going to say it because that's your info, but at least on my end of things in the U.S., we have something called the Fifth Amendment. You have the right to remain silent. There have been cases, or there was a case, I don't remember the verbatim name of it, but it was Miranda v. blah blah blah, someone else. And it was because of that case that people had gained Miranda rights, Miranda protections. So when you have the cumulative the cumulative right of being able to remain silent and having access to an attorney before you, talk to the cops or whatever, that protects you from getting wrongfully involved in a crime. It prevents the government from exercising too much power over you. It protects you from incriminating yourself, because cops can lie. When you're in an interrogation room, they're like, just tell us you did it. We'll let you go. Like, they can say that. And you have somebody who's under duress. And I'll play devil's advocate here. Whether or not they committed the crime, they deserve to at least have their protections exercised. And the reason I say that is because if you're dealing with an actual, like, evil person, because it's like, as a defense attorney, until I make my own practice or become part of a firm that specializes in a type of criminal law, if I'm doing pro bono, I could get assigned anybody. I could get assigned, someone for manslaughter, for someone DUI, drunk driving. I could get murder. I could get, rape or sexual assault. Any of those number of things. I could be assigned a client like that. Like, that's the person I have to protect. And I've talked to one of my professors about this. He was an active attorney at one point in his career. And I kind of asked him about that. I was like, I want to be a defense attorney because I want to protect people from the government and the government overreach and the government corruption that's obviously blatant in our country. In addition to, prejudices, biases, racism, all of that, the whole 9 yards. I want to protect people who are being violated. But on the flip side, as a defense attorney, I might be working pro bono. I might get an awful case to come to. I might have an awful client at my desk. Alleged rapist, alleged murderer. And there's all these things that could exacerbate those things. And it's like, I asked him, I was like, what do I do when I'm met with that? Because as their attorney, when you take on a client, you have to do everything in your power to... You basically have to work with the client's best interest in mind. And, I mean, he told me, he was like, that really is a moral conundrum. I was like, how can I do the bare minimum for someone like that? And it's like, that mindset in and of itself of like, I have an awful client, I want to do the bare minimum for them, that makes me unfit as their defense, right? That makes me unfit as their counsel, because I have a bias. Jurors can get struck out because of certain biases, as long as it's like, there's a modicum of evidence proving it, but as a defense attorney, someone who's supposed to be protecting this guy's, life and future, guilty or not, it's my job to protect them. And I asked my professor, I was like, what can I do? How do I go about handling that? Exactly. That's the MO in the United States, is by default you are innocent until proven guilty. That's what the entire point of court is to like, without, beyond a shadow of a doubt that this person did in fact commit the crime. And that's the entire point. So it's just like, as an attorney, your job is to, again, defend your client. So I feel like that, I don't know. It's a moral quandary I have to work through. I'm still in like the very infancy of my legal education, so it's hard to say without certainty that this is something that I can like verify and be like, oh, okay, here we go. And if they're already guilty before it starts, how to explain this? That's the point of court, is to prove that they are already guilty. You say already guilty, there's substantial evidence to prove that they were the one that committed the crime in question. And that's something called the burden of proof. Usually that's on the side of the state, the prosecution. Those guys, they have to meet that burden of proof. That they have to, with the evidence they're given and find, prove that without a shadow of a doubt that the person on defense, the defendant, or the quote-unquote criminal in question, is the one that committed the crime. And that's the thing, is it's such a nuanced topic. Because you know that some people are let go even when it's blatantly clear. Again, your guys' laws might vary, or be released from jail early. And that is the thing that happens, unfortunately. Typically they'll do it with more non-violent offenders. At least I hope. That's the ideal way that they approach it. But incarceration is very, very expensive. Like, it costs a lot of money to house inmates. Keep in mind, you have, like, probably millions of people that you have to, you know, be able to bathe, you know, allow them access to things like, I don't know, recreational activities, enrichment, I guess, from behind chain link fences, but, you know, feeding them, showering them, clothing them, all of that stuff costs so much money to sustain. When you have someone who is like, I don't know, like petty theft, shoplifting. This guy stole a $200 TV, he walked out of Walmart with it. It's like, should we let him go? Like, is he a threat to society? No, we probably shouldn't waste, you know, taxpayer dollars on this guy who stole a $200 TV. So what they do then is, if the jail is at like max capacity, or if there's some, I mean, usually stuff like that is worked out in court. You'll have periods of deliberation where the defense and the prosecution, they, you know, take a look at all the evidence. They're like, okay, here's what we can go forward with. I feel like pretty commonly, I mean, it could be a coin toss. Like, if there's substantial enough evidence, there's enough, you know, history there to determine what should be done with the defendant, you can just come to a plea deal, and if the defendant succeeds in finding a deal that they want, you're like, okay, fine. No jail time, 12 months of probation. You know, the probation is pretty much just state-mandated structure that person has to go by. Like, oh, you cannot... again, a lot of it varies from crime to crime, so it's hard to say. But it's just like, oh, you know, Timmy over here who stole the TV, he's not a threat to society. You know, he didn't pull a gun on somebody. He just walked out of the store with the TV. Like, alright, Timmy, we know you got, you know, 8 months in jail, but we're at max capacity. Let's do this. We'll give you 4 months of probation, and that will be enough to clear the sentence you would have otherwise had. You can go home, live your life. The only thing we ask is that you know, work a job, remain consistent on that, have your own income. You know, they could do certain things like, I don't know, whatever, other things attached to it. But you can only drive to and from work. Blah, 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 blah. Like, they'll put restrictions on your day-to-day life, but you'll be free, quote-unquote. You won't be incarcerated. But it's like, oh, if we catch you stealing at all, we're going to take you back and we're going to double your sentence. So he was originally supposed to be in jail for 8 months. They gave him 4 months of probation. If they find out he's stealing, they'll be like, alright, you get a year. And the charges will be increased. They'll be aggravated to a different degree because you broke your probation. You're more concerned about safety than petty stuff. Yeah, that's usually what it comes down to. Again, non-violent crimes. Like, I don't know, there's petty crimes. I think a lot of theft is just not super crazy. Again, like theft, shoplifting, that's not too crazy. I know that that's not good for the community or the store itself. You know, it raises prices. It's not good in its own right, but it's like, of all the crimes, I think that's probably like the least offensive. I mean, because again, people say, oh, shoplifting increases prices, but it's like, that's just the corporation looking at the bottom line. Like, we didn't make enough, or we have loss. We had too much shoplifting, so now we're going to increase the price on everything. And it's like the corporation loses out on a marginal amount of money. And then they end up screwing over everybody else. So it's like, there's two sides of that argument. Theft increases prices, but I can guarantee you that even without theft, like if the world was you just snapped your fingers, theft never occurred again, corporations would still raise prices. Walmart would still raise their prices, Target, you know, whatever shops or stores you go to, any large box retailers, those guys will increase the prices anyways. Because that's just the nature of corporations. They're greedy. So it's like when I look at things like theft, I'm like, that's not too crazy, you know. Not smart, kind of stupid. Obviously everyone has their own reason for doing things, but it's like, if you're just gonna steal something and walk out of a store with it, bad, but no biggie. Not crazy. You didn't kill anybody. You didn't pull a gun on the cashier and say, let me out. You know, there was nothing violent there. So it's like, that's, again, I don't know the exact inner workings of how all of that works. I'm not educated enough to give you like a guaranteed point on it, but I do know that being released from incarceration does occur, but I would imagine that is only really applicable to more non-violent crimes and criminals. But yeah, if there is like substantial proof that someone is guilty of a crime, they should face repercussions. I can't imagine a lot of situations where they don't. I mean, if there's like extenuating circumstances, that's, again, every case is different. What it's like, if I truly end up with someone on my desk, at my desk, who's an actual like villain, I could either be like, you know, in terms of the case itself, I am not fit to represent this client. I have my own biases. I cannot in good faith represent them. I'd probably be penalized for that because I'm throwing the case that was given to me. You know, like, okay, no cases for you then. I actually don't know how all that works, but I'm pretty sure that there's probably going to be a penalty for you dodging a case. I'm sure as like a pro bono, you know, county courthouse lawyer, whatever you get assigned is what you get, and if you don't perform up to stuff, you probably get fired. But yeah, if I get a real supervillain across from me, there's substantial enough evidence to prove that they did the crime. At that point, my job, I just need to make sure that they weren't violated, right? Did the officers who found out about them and, you know, upon the discovery of the fact that they're guilty of whatever crime was committed, was everything by the book? And that's important for two different reasons. But yeah, if they conducted their, I don't know, if a cop sees a car driving, sees someone in the back seat like squirming and wiggling and stuff, they pull them over on that basis. You could argue as a cop, like, oh, that's, you know, person they weren't in their seatbelt. The person driving, or, you know, distracted driving. You have someone in your back seat flopping around, so they get pulled over, they stop. Cop discovers person in the back seat is screaming for help. Like, oh, okay, well, hey, I need you to step out of the car, blah, blah, blah. All the details come out. You know, this person was abducted. They were, you know, subject to sexual assault, this, that, and the other. There's enough DNA evidence to prove it. Like, we know that this guy is a villain, and he did, in fact, do these things. Again, I step in. You know, he gets booked in the system. I'm his defense, so I have to look at everything up to that point, make sure that everything, again, as my job, I need to make sure everything was done correctly. Make sure he wasn't violated, make sure that everything is as it should be. And if it is, then it's kind of a losing fight at that point. Because it's like, what exactly is your goal? It's like, I see this, I know this guy's guilty. And that's the thing, is for two reasons, right? If I'm this guy's defense, I figure out that the cop didn't do his due diligence, right? The guy was sat down for questioning, he wasn't Mirandized, he wasn't read his rights. And then he confessed to the fact that he did the crime, right? It's like, yeah, they got the confession, we know he's guilty, but guess what? The cop didn't do his job right. So now this guy gets off for free. And it's like, at that point, I as the defense really don't have anything there, but if I verify it, I'm like, yeah, this villain that I'm defending, he was in fact, you know, everything was done by the book in terms of his arrest, you know, booking, everything like that. Everything was by the book, so everything is up to snuff. You know, we go to the prosecution, he's like, hey, we have substantial evidence that, you know, we have CCTV footage of him grabbing this girl, throwing her in the back of the car. We have DNA evidence, you know, his DNA on the victim, around the victim, blah, 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 blah. Like, he did that. Like, okay. What do you propose? They're like, okay, max penalty for these different crimes. They choose 3 different crimes, you know, abduction, false imprisonment, you know, varying degrees of sexual assault and whatnot. Like, these are the 3 charges we want to bring him, and these are, you know, all of a max penalty. It's like, I talk to my client, I'm like, hey, do you want to take the deal? Like, this is the deal here, this is the proposition. You're going to be facing the entire time for these things. Now, other discussion can go into that, like, is he a past offender? Has he done this in the past? Does he have a clean record? Things like that can go into that debate. But again, if I know there's substantial evidence there, I don't know if I'm willing to fight to that degree. I'm not going to be like, well, hey, look, he has a clean record. I mean, he did something so heinous, it's like, I don't think we have the leverage here to try to make that argument. And even if I did, right, as a defense attorney, I want to go above and beyond for this villain. Like, yeah, you know, my client has a clean record, he's never done anything like this before, you know, it's a mistake. If you really want to use that lawyer speak. Prosecution will probably look at you funny and be like, no. You're not getting that. At that point, if we're not able to deliberate and reach a proper agreement or conclusion upon that, then the case goes to trial. We get a jury, get the judge. You know, prosecution displays their argument. Like, here's the CCTV footage, you know, Exhibit A. Here's the DNA evidence, cross-reference with the defendants. Exhibit B, we have a varying match. We have victim testimony that she knew that he was the one that did it. The license plate of the car that she was, you know, kidnapped in, she was abducted in, that's his car. It's like you provide all of this stuff as a prosecutor to the jurors, the jury. And then, you know, defense can give their arguments, blah, 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 cross-examine, whatever. And after both sides make their arguments, the jury will deliberate, be like, do we think he's guilty? Yeah. Jury comes back, like, yeah, he's guilty. That's pretty much the end of that. Judge is also like, hey, I think he's guilty, I think we're going to give him the max penalty. A lot of it comes down to the judge's choice. Like, even if the defense and the prosecution meet in agreement, the judge is still the one to make that final call. It's like, at that point, we know he's guilty. And that's all there is to it. So it's like, if I'm defending somebody like that, I'm going to do my job in the sense of, like, make sure he didn't get his rights violated, make sure everything was up to code, and that's pretty much the extent that I'm fighting for. Again, I could maybe make an argument of, like, hey, he has a clean record, or, oh, he doesn't have a clean record. I wouldn't really make that argument if I'm defense, but still. Yeah, there's a lot of nuance to it, and that's something I'm going to have to figure out and navigate. Like, I wouldn't be opposed to being prosecution, like trying to become a, you know, DA, but that seems a little more difficult than just becoming a regular defense attorney. Because I feel like as a prosecutor, I can also do the same thing of protecting people from the state. Be like, hey, you didn't do your job right, cop. You know, this case is thrown out the window. You violated his rights. There's no argument here. It's like, in that way, I can see the people who are actually innocent or had their rights violated, you know, handle that appropriately, and then when it comes time to actual supervillains, like, I could do the best possible job trying to be like, yeah, this guy's guilty. So it's like, I want to do criminal defense simply because I know that the state takes advantage of innocent people. I know cops lie, I know cops are corrupt, I know the system isn't perfect. Far from it. You sure about doing this being a lawyer just in general? Again, I have a very long way to go in terms of my, my legal journey. Again, I'm a couple semesters away from getting my associate's degree, then I'm going to go for my bachelor's. Hopefully, in between that time, after getting my associate's, I can get a paralegal job. And at that point, I can look and see if I enjoy it, During those, like, administrative tasks, seeing how it all navigates, get a feel for it before I go to law school for 3 years. But if it turns out, like, hey, I absolutely hate doing this. I absolutely hate being here, researching this stuff. I hate dealing with these kinds of people. Then I could just cut my losses there and find another thing to do. Oh yeah, in the legal world, especially on the side of prosecution, which is one of the reasons why I'm worried about taking that route, if the opportunity was given to me, is just because of how absolutely busy lawyers are. Attorneys on both sides. Again, especially prosecution, because when you have a DA, you're the prosecution for a whole area, whereas there are multiple defense attorneys for each case. So it's like, as a DA, you are the one person most of the time who's dealing with like 3 or 4 cases back to back to back. So it's so much more taxing on the side of the prosecution. Not to say that defense isn't. Again, if you're like a pro bono, like courthouse lawyer, you'll be getting, machine gun clients left and right. You're definitely liable to cross wires and get, make mistakes, which is why you need to be vigilant in doing your job, just to make sure none of that happens. Because a clerical error like that can be the end of a case. Damage your reputation, and among other things, just not be great. But again, busy or not, I wouldn't mind doing it because, again, if I'm serving what I believe is the purpose I want to pursue in protecting people, then that's fine with me. Alright, let me change up this build. Sorry, I see we got 3 people in here. 2 people now, someone left. Thunder escaped the Oni. Were you playing Nia? I know you were trying to do plays Nia and escape Oni. If you did, congrats. I'm glad you were able to get that finally. But yeah, Star, it's a moral quandary. It's one that I'm gonna have to, only with experience will I be able to determine if this is what I want to do. You're just thinking that we may separate paths by then, but it's inevitable. I wouldn't say so. If I do my work properly, if I manage my time correctly, and juggle everything as I need to, I would be able to give myself necessary, rest time. Gotta go by. Alright. Thank you, man. Thanks for stopping by. Take care. But yeah, I of all people know, like, I'm the kind of person that might disregard things like, sleep and mental decompression. No, and I understand that. I mean, only time will tell, but again, in my opinion, from my perspective, I very much value our friendship, and I would not let things like that get in the middle of it. Like, I know, for example, this past week, I wasn't very good at responding. I mean, for a multitude of reasons. I was just mentally dead and physically dead from work. But I mean, I came back, I didn't talk to him for a week, it's over. Again, your friendship was worth more than that to me. So even if there might be periods where things are a little dry, I think always being able to, like, reconnect and get back to whatever point we were at. But again, it's not like I'd be like, oh, month to month. Like, I would never get to that point. If my job is that jam-packed, I think at that point we have bigger issues. Like, that's not sustainable. And I think inherently that degrades the quality of the work that's being put out, so... It varies, but yeah, I wouldn't let that happen. Again, only time can tell. And I know what you mean by your mind going wild with those hypotheticals. But I will do everything in my power not to let that happen. I feel like this is bad. Let's see, we'll get rid of Quick Gambit. No, I understand where you're coming from. Even if you know, hypothetically, even if you did believe me, there'd still be doubts, you know. This is your difficult situation relating to your sad episodes? Can you elaborate? I'm not sure I entirely understand. Do you mean like doubts like that just kind of get planted and then go haywire? Additionally, if it's not something you want to talk about on stream, feel free to message me. Take a look at it there. Mainly being alone and forgotten, I get you. I mean, for what it's worth, you know, my family and I, we've moved a lot, right? Like different schools, different houses, all of that. So like all the people I considered my friends, most of them, like 95% of them, have kind of just moved on and done their own thing, right? So these people that I deeply cared for and continue to, they just stopped reciprocating that. Okay, so we need to get on gens to get these flashbangs. Being replaced? Nah. I wouldn't do that. Like I said, I've seen that, like, being replaced. I've had to deal with that, and it sucks. I would never do that to another person. Wow, can I not grab this? Holy moly. What an angle. Every person I care for is unique in their own right. No, I get what you mean. Yeah, like I said, I've dealt with that before. I would never subject a friend to that. And just to me as a person, I cherish people individually. Even if people might be similar, I feel like everyone still offers something unique. So like, I mean, what I'm trying to say is I don't think that would be possible. Didn't work. It didn't work. He went back. Oh no. Oh no. Can I outlast this power? I don't think I can. Oh, I completely missed your comment on that. Yeah, the Monica music video. That's the one you were talking about? I completely forgot to clarify. Yeah, I watched it. It was sad, but good. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I sent a couple messages in regards to it. Silence at the end, yeah. I think that was maybe a bad idea. Yeah, all of Doki Doki is such a tragedy, you know? It's got to be a pretty lukewarm take, but yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I sent a couple of messages on that. I don't know if you were able to get those in the sea of everything I sent. Thanks. Smartest saber player. Today I will block the only exit. Yeah, no, of course, I know. I sent you quite a bit yesterday, so I completely understand. I'll wait and see what comes back here.
We can clean that right up.
I don't know. I'm not trying to be mean, but I feel like she's kind of playing like a bot. Feels like she's playing like a bot.
You're a fool for coming for me, but thank you.
He has his power, and nobody's right here, so we gotta be careful. Leon's on that last gen. Oh, he got that! No, oh, man, got it. Shoot. I forgot you could see other people's perks, by the way. I completely forgot about that. Oh, no, why'd you do that? No! He goes full circle. Yeah, I just think at the end of the game... Yeah, I was trying to drop like little things here and there that wouldn't really like be spoilers, but you could like look back on it like, oh, yeah, I definitely wasn't as kind towards Monica's character until Sayori became the club president, and we saw how she changed.
I'll survive this. That's something I'm good at.
Can I? Let me check something here. Not that either. I mean, yeah, that was definitely heartbreaking, but it was just like coming to the realization that everything she was doing and whatnot, the way she was afflicted, whatever she
should have been up hours ago.
what she was going through. It's like as soon as it impacted Sayori, I was like, wait a minute, that might not even have been like her, you know? It's hard to say how willfully she was acting with everything that happened. And then it's like for you yourself to feel, or I mean, to truly believe that you're real. and you're trapped in a video game, and then like the only other person that you can interact with, the only real person is on the other side of that screen, and you're surrounded by what you believe to be like code, like nothing more than just virtual beings. We have a killer. Zoop. Yeah. Did she also change last second? I hope not. Just if the killer brings Lightborn, my entire build is gone. Like, there's no. Do I think I could change their fates if I magically teleported there? That's kind of rough. I honestly don't think so. I feel like I'd be able to like delay the inevitable, but I don't know if I'd be able to entirely stop all the bad things from happening. I mean, unless delaying the inevitable ends up resulting in like, you
There's
know,
always someone looking for a fight, looking for blood.
because it's like I would be more aware of Sayori, I think, as long as I'm not in the same mentality as the main character, the player that we kind of viewed. Like, instead of just brushing Sayori off, it's like, oh, she's just an airhead. Like, being more conscious of things and self-aware and, like, kind of hyper-aware of her and her circumstances would be like, oh. Maybe it's not that she's just airheaded, it's more so... Ah, I don't really mind bullying Trickster players, I'm not gonna lie. Not that I am bullying him, but like, I don't feel as bad as I would if it were another player. So we know he doesn't have Lightborn, that's good. Oh, I am I stupid? Oh my goodness. Oh, if I have prior knowledge of everything, yeah, I feel like I'd have much better odds. Don't know where he is. Yeah, especially with foresight. I could say to Sayori, try at least, you know. I don't think anything's 100%, but I could try. I got him again. What? I didn't think he'd shoot. He went a little faster than I thought he would. I think it's doable because the script forces the MC to ignore Monica, so actually using our brains is. Yeah, honestly, I think establishing myself with Monica would be the best. Just like immediately off rip, like, hey, I know what you are. I'm like you. I see you. You're valid. And once that's established, I can kind of work my way down. Kind of approach Sayori, be like, hey, I know what you're going through. Just, I'm here for you if you ever need anything.
Hold still a sec.
Oh wow, I whiffed so hard. I feel like dealing with Yuri and I mean, it's hard to say. Or can she be reasoned with? I think if I address everything that needs to be addressed at first, I think we can establish that. Like I said, I think that's why Monica, I wouldn't really say needs to be dealt with, but like addressed. Like her and everything she's going through, I feel like addressing that, and be like, hey. I know you're sentient. I know what you are. Kind of just say the same thing. Like, yeah, I'm also a sentient person. He has, okay, I see. I get you. I see what's happening. I was like, why am I failing my skill check so hard? I see why. You learn. Oh shoot. Haha, no way. Not good. She's dead. Going down right here next to the basement is not smart, but ball. What? I moved my arm, freaking finger in it. It's really, oh well, that's fine. These guys are just not doing gens though. Oh. No, I agree. I don't think she's an inherently evil person. I just understand that she was kind of driven to the point that she got to, that made her do all those things. That's just terrible. He's out of knives too. Oh, bad. Run.
Oh no.
How did that not stun him? What? Okay. Whatever. Do you want to escape and get back to our universe? That's... I don't know, does existence, like, continue on? Like, do we grow, or are we in, like, high school forever? Just stuck in the literature club? I feel like that in of itself would be pretty insanity-inducing. I feel like if I left, it's like, what's stopping Monica from going back over the edge, you know? I hate this part. My flashlight's out. No. We're dead. I mean, would you, with like everything, do you think you'd be able to fix everything? And do you think you'd be able to, would you want to come back to the real world? I'll be right back though.
survive this. That's something I'm good at.
Alright, sorry. You think it can be expansive if you do end up there? That itself is something to question? Yeah, because honestly, I mean, I'm kind of poking logic holes here, but it's like, if I, as a real person, can go back to the world, can't I bring them with me? Like, would I not be able to do the same thing with at least Monica, right? Because it's like, I don't know if, this is like theory territory, but I don't know if being in the role of club president actually makes you sentient? Or if it just makes you think that you're sentient. Or maybe it gives you a higher level of like cognition or awareness to be self-aware of the fact that you're in a video game, which in conclusion would make you think that you're sentient. So it's like, there's a lot of different ways we can go about that. It's like, if I can go back, what's stopping any of them from going back, you know? I say at least Monica because we're under the assumption that she's self-aware. And it's like, we can go even further. Why not be able to bring the other two back with us? Other three, wow. Otherwise, you'd say you would, as someone who's intelligent in observation. Oh wow, okay. So you'd lean more on the side of staying. I forgot Sayori. Which doesn't help my case here. I mean, I don't even really blame you if just staying there is your option, because it's like, say you do manage to change everyone's fate, right? You manage to keep everything settled and everything is all, you know, good and in its place. It's like, why leave? I mean, there is, in fact, a world, I guess, outside of the literature club and the stuff that the main character, the protagonist's perspective shows. Because then you have, like, I don't know if it's DLC content or, like, the expanded content with all of the other stuff. So it's like, we know that there's possibility for things to change. I mean, we could do it more, I don't know, that's hard to say if it's more realistic, because we're literally suspending disbelief for the sake of the scenario. I'd say anything is possible and there's no restrictions. Exactly. Like, there's nothing too crazy. Aside from the fact that Monica can, like, destroy the world. And that begs the question, does she still have that ability? And her being a yandere, that could also impact things. I mean impact. I mean impact things in the sense that like you need to tend to the other Dokis, you know, to help them. Because again, Sayori's depression, Yuri is unstable, and Natsuki has, you know, trauma from her home life. So it's like I don't think there would be any choice but to help them out, you know. Like to punch Natsuki dead? Yeah, same. I'd go all Doom Eternal on him. I would not. Yeah, he's getting. Yeah, he's cooked. But Monica would still have her powers. That should stay. I mean, see that? Excuse me. Wow. Sorry. I went and got more sparkling water and beverages, so I'm gonna mute my mic when I drink because I don't want to be sipping on the audio. He's more than cooked. Yeah, we're jumping him. Same way I would jump Angela's dad in Silent Hill 2. So many bad video game dads. Then there's also people like Ethan and Sebastian, so I don't want to say it cancels out, but there's good. So be more like Ethan. Oh. James, yeah, we're not going to use James. I honestly, James is a whole enigma in and of himself. Like, I've seen accounts that people base that he's complex. I mean, that's very true, but he's not a good person. Like, his situation is complex, and the reason why he did the things that he did was also complex. But additionally, he's just not a good person. I mean, there's a lot of different ways to interpret James and his actions and the way Silent Hill reflects his repentance and trauma, I guess. But yeah, I don't think James is evil, but I don't think he's a good character. Not a good person. He's a great character. I mean it in the sense of, like, morality, not...
Shit. No easy way to do this.
I have never seen that voice line before. He put so much emphasis on that too. Like, eee. Why do you say it like that? So heavy on that that first word there. Are we kidding? Is that... Oh, it's dog. Hey, what? No, like, okay, cool, no, like. Oh, he hits that big hit. It was so slow. But should that one action define his whole character? I mean, he killed his wife, he suffocated her, so it's like, yeah, I think that is a very defining characteristic. I get where you're coming from, but... I mean, that could beg the whole philosophical question of, like, can a good person do bad things, right? Can you still be a good person if you do something evil? It's very nuanced, and that's why... Like, he's a broken person. I 100% agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. Thought you'd go for this like you did. Shoot. Yeah, I mean, he definitely, I don't know if I'd say he regrets what he did. I think after going through Silent Hill and repenting, I think he does feel regret, but... Can't do anything until it's not all of it, so... I don't even know where he is. Oh wow, he dodged it. Barely. Does he have agitation? Not agitation, sorry, brutal strength? He kicked that kind of fast, I feel. What's Lori doing? She's cleansing dull totems and not doing generators. Does she know? Does she have... Come on, Death. Just heal me underhook if you want. I don't really care. These gotta be. They gotta be putting bots like in games and putting like assumingly real usernames on them. He doesn't. He keeps going back to that one. Darn it. No, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm trying to stay vigilant, and I still have like 3 points that I was going to follow up on, but I didn't say. So, first things first is that we'll put a pin in the stuff you said, because you're right, and I do agree with you. But there are people that, like... I should have done that. Shoot, oh well. There are people that... I don't even know if this is the right word, but like people that sexualize James and are like attracted to him and stuff like that. It's like people that like see who he is and see what he's done and like, oh, he's attractive, so that bypasses all. And it's like, it's such a weird. Ada, you have to. What is she doing? What is she doing? Just leave it. It's gotta be a bot. That has to be a bot. There's no way that Ada's not a bot. Like what? That's astounding. That has to be a bot. There's no other explanation. Oh well. But yeah, there are all these people that, like, you know, fantasize James and all that weird stuff, and it's like... I don't know, it's just jarring. I don't remember the initial point I was wanting to make with that, but it's just weird to me that... Like, oh, James is attractive, in spite of all the monstrous things that he did. It's like, oh yeah, he killed his wife and whatnot, but, you know, he's a handsome guy, so it's alright. And I don't know, it's... It's like those kind of people just like miss the point entirely, is what it feels like. I mean, don't take me wrong. I mean, I can't speak for original James. I'm not gonna throw him a bone, but like remake James, he's a handsome guy. The mocap person, the face actor, and all that, like the model, is a handsome guy. I mean, not to be weird about it, but yeah, I'll give him that. But it's like, I don't know. It's I don't know. It's just those types of people. I know the common term is LARP. It's a new Marie's actress's more complicated name. Let's check it out. Oh, Icelandic. Okay, I was like, is she Polish? No, that's Icelandic. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. I would butcher that regardless of how I try to say it. I can figure out how that little weird O is pronounced. Not little weird O, but the accented O in it's like an OU sound. Okay. So Salome, I believe is how you pronounce her name. First name at least. Salome. Gunners Dotir. Salome Gunners Dotir. That still doesn't. I probably butchering that, but yeah, it's a very complicated name there. That's assuming that this Icelandic language explanation that I'm looking at is accurate. What about Angela? Angela's not a bad person at all. That's different. I feel like that is I don't even feel like her situation is comparable to James. Yeah, Salome, I believe, is her first name. I'll have to look at some interviews.
Second time I've woken up to something I can hardly believe.
I love Rick. Yeah, Angela is not in any way, I don't think at least, comparable to James. Because with James, I'll play James now. Actually, let's see. I actually wouldn't mind if the legendary was Harry Mason, but I don't think it's going to be Harry Mason. I think it's going to be fake fan. I can't remember her name. Oh my goodness. Hinako, yeah, duh. I'm sorry, I'm so bad with names, it's not even funny. I tapped the mic, sorry. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. Where's self-preservation? I don't have enough time to do this. Simply no way. Just looking for background player. Angela seemed to harm herself instead of others. So the key thing with Angela is that she was victimized. Like, Angela was abused in a variety of ways by her father, and I believe her brother. I don't know if her brother was as, like, culpable as her dad, but her dad did some pretty heinous things to her. And for all of that, like, I think she's innocent. For what her dad at least did to her, and she killed him for it, I don't blame her. I'm pretty sure she has a brother. I think they mention it in the novelization. I believe... Am I misremembering? Yeah, the novelization mostly touches on it, that's right. And she also, her brother has a room in the Abstract Daddy fight. Yeah, I believe she killed her brother. I know she killed her dad. I believe she killed her brother too. I don't remember if... What are you doing? What is she doing? Alright, can't question the Sable. Don't finance it. It's not worth the mental energy. Yeah, I don't know if her brother abused her to the same extent that her dad did. But even then, if her brother stood idly by and just let that happen, Is that twins? What is that? Is that Blight or twins? Oh, it's Trapper. Sorry, man. I'm gonna kill me now. I'm gonna kill me. Yeah, it's been so long since I've read the novelization, I don't remember. But yeah, she had a brother. Pretty sure she killed him too. But yeah, I don't think Angela's situation is comparable to James. Like, the stuff she went through with her dad, everything. Like, you know, I don't really want to talk about it because it's dark, but yeah. Him dying was doing the world a service. And even if we don't want to take that, like, self-righteous high ground for what he did to her, I think it was deserved that he was killed. Valid. I was hoping he would be coming from the opposite way and chase after Taeyong, but it's alright. But yeah, Angela internalized that and kind of bared the weight, like blaming herself. Yeah, like I said, I mean, her situation is no less complex than James's, I think equally. But yeah, the way Angela had internalized everything and blamed herself. Like, oh, it's my fault, I deserve this even, you know, because all the psychological torment she went through, it's like that's how abusers victimize people and kind of keep them in that cycle. It's like you destroy their self-worth and their autonomy and you make them think... I might be throwing. See, what are you gonna do? Oh, goodness gracious. She tried. I'll give her that. She tried. But yeah, good. victimized, abused. That affected her self-worth, and she blamed herself because of everything that had gone on in her life. I whiffed. Wow, his big back was in the way, his thick neck. Gosh dang it. I forgot what Elusive does. So does it hide your scratch marks and pools of blood and grunts of pain? That's kind of nice, actually. He is... okay. Brother. That's nuts. That's crazy. Yeah, I think Angela was valid. It's different from James because... yeah, James had to go through watching his wife die, and that's awful. Yes! I'm gonna run. That boy's gonna kill me. Yeah, he's gonna come. Oh, there's no... no! He comes back. Leave me alone. No. I know he was ready. He was ready to commit to that. Like, I'm gonna kill him. He needs to die. I don't blame him, but still. I gotta get at least one more flashbang. Come on now. Sarcastic at the end too. Yeah, that's also such a heartbreaking scene. Like knowing everything that she went through. I forgot verbatim what she said. She's like, "You're gonna love me, care for me." I mean, obviously, it'd be weird from James's perspective to be like, "Yeah," but in my head, I'm like, I would. You've gone through so much. Yeah, it's painful. Like through and through, it's so heartbreaking. Like she really is so tragic. I think she's... I don't know if I could say she's as innocent as Laura, but I think she's by far the most innocent character there, aside from Laura. Sable DC? Who would have thunk? Yeah, with James, he has several sins under his belt. First things first, killing Mary, which again... there's a lot to that. Some people can look at it as like everything boiling over, him being enraged, his bad treatment from Mary. And then, you know, in addition to all of that, watching the person you love just decay. Fall apart at the seams, like... I don't know. I don't know if there's any explicit, like, statement as to whether or not what he did was, like, a mercy kill, as people would put it. Which I almost hope they don't ever do that. I mean, people can interpret it that way, but... like as James put it, he was like, I just wanted to move on. I just wanted my life back. So it's like, I think it was less of a mercy kill and just James wanting to break free of it, you know? Like, everything drove him to the edge. Mary's illness pretty much killed both of them. Not literally, and I wouldn't say she's culpable for that, but... Go get Taeyong, go get him, no! Oh, he DC'd. Well, we know he didn't do it at Mercy, yeah. I mean, that's an argument people use, which is why I mentioned it, but it's like, looking at everything, no, there's no way. I mean, you might have looked at it, I mean, we could have looked at it as a culmination of that, like, wanting to put her out of her suffering, but it's like, that didn't seem like his motivation. What? Is it like a login bonus, or is it like a challenge thing? I think we can do this.
There are worse fates than death.
Got a bunch of cakes on them. I'm not gonna use them, but I got a bunch of cakes on them. Yeah, we won't use any add-ons. Get rid of that. Challenge? Do you mean the... Well, because that's the requirement, no? Did I misread it? Fall from a great height while being chased. That's Trevor? I mean, I don't think it would matter if we changed cosmetics to Soma, but I don't want to risk it. Let's get it out of the way. I don't want to not get it because I'm playing Soma. It's kind of nuts, though. Self-preservation, I see. Thought you became a Castlevania outfit. I have had this desire to play Dracula. I won't lie. I kind of want to get better at Dracula just because I think he's a really cool killer. But I also just don't feel like going against like disgusting survivors. Like I said, that one game I told you about last year, it was like 3 weeks ago at this point. That match I had, I was just like, I don't want to deal with that. That was so unfun. I think to some degree, yeah. I kind of looked into the Castlevania anime and watched the first episode. I didn't really commit beyond that, but Dracula's kind of tragic in his own right. I can understand why he hates people. Elusive with head on? I wonder. Yeah, I'm sure there's different continuities. Yeah. Does he not have like a remotely similar story in the game? Or in the games? Is he not as sympathetic? Yeah, I know they're different, like, stories, right? But I don't know if anything that happened in the anime, like his origins, if they were similar. I'm definitely not qualified to talk about the lore, but Yeah, just a little bit of the anime I saw, I thought he was kind of tragic. Let's just do a full, like, busted build. A full, like, crutch perk. I don't know, what is a Windows? There's no synergy if I just use 4 busted perks. Did his wife die the same way in the games as she did in the anime? I don't know if you watched the anime. I don't recall, to be honest. Did I use up the ante instead of 5 steps ahead? I feel like I also got the name wrong. 5 moves ahead, yeah. Why do I keep getting that wrong? It's first wife's passed from a disease. Well, it happens in the first episode, so I'll say this. Second probably killed. Yeah, that's what happened to his wife in the anime. Is, you know, he met a human woman just like out in the randomly, and she wasn't like afraid of him. She didn't like catastrophize his existence. So he like grew fond of her. Eventually, they got married, and then like the townspeople figured out that she was married to Dracula, so they burned her alive. And when that happened, he kind of rightfully went ballistic. He's like, "I'm gonna kill all you guys in a year. You're all going to die." And it's just, yeah, I don't blame him. Was Lisa her name? I believe so. Yeah, it's Lisa. Can't stand Trevor's design in the anime. I think we only got like a slight look at him in the first episode. Like I said, I kind of just... I only watched the first one just because I was invested in Dracula, and then it kind of expanded out. And I was like, maybe later. Oh yeah, I can see it. I can see it. I wish they had given him a trench coat, or like an overcoat, you know, instead of the fur. I don't really like the fur. It's too bushy. It's not like sharp enough for his design, I feel. This is one of his best appearances. Yeah. Why does Alucard stay the same but Trevor looks different? I'm not sure. They could have stayed true to Alucard just because he's Alucard, or changed Trevor just, I guess, to encap, like, get a different vibe off of him. Alright, we're gonna do this. I was initially gonna do this, but this is not. Doesn't look that good. If we need Vigil, it's not really worth it. There's no space. Big fan. Champion. We'll do that. Oh, do we use a kooky flashlight? We don't have any big flashlights on. Wow. Oh well. Yeah, honestly. That's a good way to put it. How different they are. Claire! Ooh. Do you have any thoughts on Claire's redesign in Code Veronica? Her face definitely looks a lot sharper. You might run Lightborn. You have 2 flashes. Not nice. Neutral on her face, but if you prefer her RE2R off, that's fair. Great. Yeah, they're definitely going to run Lightborn. TTV 2 Lauras with flashlights. How do you think she'll act? Similar to Leon? I think she'll probably be a little more jaded. Yeah. I don't know if she'll be as, like, I don't want to say edgy as Leon, but I feel like she'll definitely be more jaded. Less surprised by whatever comes her way. Does she have the same voice actress? I didn't really pay attention to that until now. Oh, I mean in like Resident Evil 4. I thought you meant like progression-wise. Like Leon from RE2, like his progression from RE2 to 4. She didn't speak at all? Okay, I didn't think so. I didn't catch it, so I was like, I wonder if it was... Thank you, Laura. Smartest TTV? Because I really liked her voice in RE2R. And I'm afraid that she's going to get the Ada treatment. Whatever, how are you saying that? I do not care. I do care, but still. flashbang. Why is she so fast? I forgot how fast she is. Okay. 1, 2. I didn't even drop my flashbang. Yeah, I hope they don't change it. I really don't. That was an awful start, by the way. That was really not good. I have not played against the Crosssuit at all, so I don't really know how to counter her. I mean, obviously you don't get infected. Lens infection, but so the only exception is Ada. It's still such a shame. Not to hate on Ada's new actress, but still. I'm the kind of person that likes continuity with things like that. It's like when a voice actor switches, it's like a different character, you know? I mean, it's obviously the same character, but they bring a different, like... They bring different things to the table. Yeah, I agree. I like the... I just drew blank again. Wow, very nice. I like the expression that Ada had in RE2. The way she expressed the character, I think, was she can't break pallets, okay. Good to know. Is she faster in her headless form? I'm pretty sure she used to be. I don't know if they kept that though. But she definitely feels faster. I think I maybe played her like once, ever. I got kicked in the teeth. I was like, I don't want this stuff. I'm gonna take a like crisp 3-month break. Oh, so she has like a... Okay, she has a dash, gotcha. cool, we got the challenge. Nice. I'm gonna eat this. Defective metronome, very nice. Wait. Ah, I found the ruin! I threw. You haven't had dinner yet? Oh, be sure you go eat. That's... It is very late for you. We have elusive, we might be able to make some magic here. I'm injured, so I might need to be careful. Yeah, if you gotta go eat, go ahead. Don't worry. Elusive is gone. I think she's up above us. I think she's up above. They get out. Okay, no, that's fine. If you gotta focus on your food, that's fine. I've been streaming for 3 hours and I don't realize how long it's been. Shoot. You know, we'll call that our last one. We died so everyone else can escape. I think that's a good way to end it off. Right, they all got, okay, yeah, they all got out. Good. Yeah, I gotta go make food too. My
What infernal prison is this?
I have 2 other classes starting tomorrow, so I gotta try to get some of that stuff preemptively taken care of. Yeah, I want to see if I can, like, go and compound a bunch of these challenges. Just wait. But yeah, we'll call it there. And thanks for hanging out, everybody. So we got a couple people in here. And Star as well, thank you. Hopefully I will have time to stream more this upcoming week, but we'll see. It might be hectic, I don't know. But yeah, take care, guys. Have a good one.